It's time for another race breakdown, Penn Relays Throwback Edition. Today we're looking at the women's 4x200 meter Championship of America from 2015. Why are we looking at this race? Couple names. Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shericka Jackson. Let's get going. Let's check out this race. Jackson and Thompson-Herah, then Thompson, repping UTech out of Jamaica. And they were going in a star-studded field. If you look at some of these names, LSU had Micaiah Briscoe and Aaliyah Hobbs. Texas A&M had Shamir Little. So no shortage of stars, but the UTech team, the brightest among them all. And Thompson's going to run third. Shericka Jackson is going to run fourth for UTech. And they're going to be having to come from behind, which adds a little bit of drama to this race as we see the first baton pass there going from leg 1 to leg 2. A&M there off to a good start. UTech to the inside, LSU to the outside. And this is when Thompson-Herah is going to get the baton. And she's going to go head-to-head against Shamir Little. Watch this. First of all, watch this exchange here between UTech teammates. Look at how nonchalant Elaine Thompson is right here in the middle getting the stick. This is not a 4x1 handoff. They played it very safe. You can contrast that to Shamir Little here, who does a little bit more of a traditional start and gets out much quicker. Thompson-Herah really needs to work to get up to speed. Watch this exchange. And off they go on leg number 3 of the 4x2. Little there with the stick on the outside, the bow in her hair. Thompson-Herah on the inside. You can see her making up ground already, but Little does very well to keep Thompson at bay. Issue here is, though, UTech has Shericka Jackson coming on the anchor leg. She's going to take off in a more traditional way, not like the open handoff that Thompson-Herah did. And you could see the baton is very late coming from UTech, almost out of the zone. Texas A&M actually makes the pass first. So despite that exchange, UTech still in good position. Shericka Jackson has A&M in her sights. And going around this curve, she's going to establish control and race to victory. A&M puts up a good fight considering who ended this relay for UTech. They keep it close, but UTech, the big winners. Previous year, obviously, Thompson-Herah was in action at that meet as well, too, running the sprint medley, running the 4x2. So very, very cool to see her back again. And then in the next year, she would run for Jamaica. Really interesting, though. So this is 2015. This is 2015, which was the last moment before both Thompson-Herah and Jackson broke out and went worldwide and were factors on the global stage. So let's look at Thompson-Herah's progression. So 11:17 the prior year in the 100. Then she's going to go 10:84 at the end of May. So about a month after this meet, she drops a 10:84 at pre. Then she goes on in the 200 that year. Remember, silver medal at the World Championships in Beijing. Shericka Jackson, similar progression. She goes sub 50 that year. So drops her PB from 51.3 down to sub 50. She goes to Beijing and she ends up, let's look at these results here from that 2015 year. So she goes 50 point in the semis at the Jamaican Championships, 50.3, then gets to Beijing, then gets under that 50-second barrier for third. So at the time of this race, neither had a medal. They leave a few months later, silver medalist, bronze medalist. 2016, Thompson-Herah goes on, wins the 1, wins the 2, wins the 4x1. Then 2021, Tokyo drops those ridiculous times and repeats as 100 and 200 meter champions. And it's interesting to see in the context of 4x1 mishaps that happen at global championships, just how often these two were working with each other. And you go back and you look at the Penn Relays archives, you can see other big names as well too, getting the reps in before they got on that biggest of big stage, those World Championships and Olympic Games. You can check out this year's Penn Relays at the end of April live on FloTrack. Stay tuned to the FloTrack YouTube page for more race breakdowns and all your other track and field needs. We'll talk to you next time.